Welcome back to another episode of Matter of Fact. I'm Tommy here with my main man Rob, and today we're going to get into some, I guess laughable. Some would say stuff. I don't know. It depends how you look at it.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to fill the people in?
Yeah, so it was All-Star weekend for the good old WNBA, and they wanted to make a statement. You know, it was their time to shine, and this is what they did with their time. You know, I don't know. Let's see what these guys say about it, and then we'll go into it.
The WNBA, Rob G, can you let us know what happened over the weekend? The WNBA All-Star Game. They came out with T-shirts on, and
okay.
they claim they're ready to do whatever is necessary. They're gonna walk out, and they want more money and all this stuff. Rob G.
That's right. Ahead of the WNBA All-Star Game, Rob, I know you never missed the WNBA All-Star Game.
You know I never met it. Was that this weekend?
That was this weekend.
What were
I
the
saw you
numbers,
in the front
Rob G?
row.
Rob, I want you to know this real quick. Rob G is a commie sympathizer. But go ahead, Rob G.
All right. So we gotta make sure we hit the stage first.
Okay.
Before the All-Star Game, all right. 2 days before that, 40 players met with the league offices in their latest round of their CBA negotiations, all right? Now, according to multiple reports, the players did not think that the meeting was very productive. They didn't think that it was helpful. They were very upset about what happened during that meeting. So, ahead of the All-Star Game, which is, for a lot of them, the biggest night of the year, players on both sides, including Caitlin Clark, wore black shirts during warm-ups that read, "Pay us what you owe us."
Originally, I thought it said welfare queens on it. I said, I have my glass.
All right, okay.
That's good.
I mean, what you think about that?
Like for those that don't know, just like in terms of the WNBA, it's not like the NBA. You know what I mean? It's where the NBA is the NBA, right? That's it. And the NBA, they can split like 50-50 with the players because it's the players and it's them. WNBA is not like that. First of all, the WNBA was subsidized by the NBA, so they own half of it. Then they got a little chunk that, they have to get their share, because they've been losing money on it all these years. And then at some point, I don't know how many years ago, but they had to get another person to jump in, and they had private equity pop in, gave them a third, so they got to get their share. So, and those two shares, those 2/3 are not paying salaries. That's like, we funded this, and that's just our cut now for all of the investment that we made. We got to get paid back. And then the other third is between the league, so all the owners and all that shit, and then the players. And there's only a third of it left. So there's not much money to go around, and I'm pretty sure the NBA still loses money. So how can you pay somebody out of your business if you're losing money?
I don't know how, but that sounded real sexist. Rob, I'm gonna say that.
That's what they say.
So I'll say, I'm with you, ladies. You guys deserve to be paid. Maybe you should, hustle hard. Maybe you should do this during the day, do something else at night. Maybe you should have a YouTube podcast, something. And because people think like, oh, I want $100K, I need to get a $100K job. But why don't you just get a job that you get $60K and then you make $20K from this thing, you make another $15K from this thing, like add it up to $100K.
You
That's
want
what
them
y'all
to be
can do.
humble, Tommy. You want them to be humble. That is the opposite of what they're being right now. You know what I mean? They get paid a decent amount of money to play basketball.
How much they
to
get
play
paid?
a game. There's averages and stuff. There's some of them that get decent money, but like I don't think they're making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Unless the real money that they get is from endorsements. And hey, if you are you and you are the shit, then you're getting that money. Like Caitlin Clark's getting that money. Angel Reese, she sucks. She's still getting that money. Like
Caitlin Clark wore the shirt too.
She did wear the shirt because she's just in, in unison with her team, with the people, with her league. She's not going to be like, I'm the outlier because, I don't need the money, but y'all do. She's not going to be like that.
Yeah,
she's not like that. So I don't know. Let's see what else they got for us.
All right, so this is where it got interesting, right? You saw the shirts.
You know the WNBA.
Yeah, I thought, what is it, welfare?
Yeah.
So
They
ignorant.
only lost money for 30 years. What do you want?
I know. But so this is where the conversation
And you get government cheese at a ball. Go ahead.
Stop it. Government cheese was good for grilled cheese. That's it.
Go ahead.
That's the only time it's good. No, this is where it gets complicated, right? Because the WNBA hasn't made a profit in a general sense of making profits for all these years, and it's averaging since it started around $10 million deficit each year. That's what it's operating on. But when you start to dive deeper into it, more so than just the simple math, is where it gets complicated. I think the average person, especially on X, Instagram, Threads, any site, isn't doing the deep dive. So WNBA players are simply saying this, Rob. We are saying most leagues in the NBA, NHL, NBA, NFL, they're making around 50% of the revenue that comes in. 50%. The WNBA is only making, how much you think? 30? No. 20? No. 10? No. 9%. So they're saying, hey, we're only making 9%. Our counterparts are making 50% of the revenue driven. And then somebody would say, well, what revenue and what's going on? Well, certain good things have happened and favorable for the league, which would be in turn favorable for the players who are essentially the product. The league has secured a new lucrative $2.2 billion media rights deal to begin in 2026 next year, which is expected to significantly increase revenue. So if you don't stand on it now, Rob, you know this from business standpoint. How am I going to get it? If I just go with the flow, all right, give me 9% a year, then I'm not going to get any of that $2.2 billion. But if I say, hey, we got to negotiate and go up to, 10, 15, 20, 25, whatever, however high they can take it, that's to me that's just simple good business math. Also, the attendance is up 26%. You and I have talked about that. 23% viewership is up. And also merchandise, which is huge because you get percentage of those sales, is up 40%, nearly half, nearly 50%. So simply what they're doing is saying, hey, if there is money to be made, which clearly there are, not to mention $250 million they're getting for the new NBA, the new WNBA teams, the new franchise fees. So
that goes to ownership. That's split by ownership. That's right. That players don't get that.
All right. I mean, off bat, I think, homie made some points. But he said something at the beginning that struck me. He said $10 million deficit they're operating at per year.
For 30 years.
So that's quick math. That's $300 million deficit. And that's not even accounting for inflation. So,
and that's where, it comes in, like he said, is the owners need their money. They're the ones that are investing in this. It's their business. They made the initial investment, and then you're looking to get a return on that investment. So that's just how all businesses work. You can't be like, you know what? I didn't get my money back. I'm just going to keep paying the players more, and that's going to help me get my money back. Probably not.
But it is. You got better.
Well,
better league, better environment.
No, I hear you. In certain instances, it's certainly like Costco. They pay their reporters a lot of money. They stand by that, and that investment pays off long term because they stay and seasoned employees. They know the job well and things like that. You can execute it better, be more efficient. So I think that's a good thing. But in this instance, it's a huge gamble. You give up more, and it's just Caitlin Clark right now. There's nothing. No, it's Caitlin Clark, and dudes are interested in it. A couple of them are some hotties, and so they get some attention. And then there's a couple girls that are real good, and they probably get some endorsements, but you still don't know their name. Facts.
I'm gonna leave him.
Right, all of this is going into a pot
but that doesn't go into a pot. That's what owners get. That's part of why owners they get the expansion fee because you're letting somebody in on your.
So right. So what I'm saying is, if you're taking this information, you're saying nobody's investing and not thinking they're going to potentially make money, right? You're not allowing new leagues, new franchises to come without the idea we're going to make money. And so I think what we're seeing is simply them saying we want more of what is to come, what is being had. $2.2 billion in the media rights deal, 40% merchandise is up, 26% attendance is up. We want more, and I think that's fair. And the thing about a protest is it's not comfortable. Usually people don't like it. You don't like the timing of it. I wish you'd have did it differently. Why T-shirts? Why not this? That happens whatever. You pick it. George Floyd to Vietnam, students against Vietnam War. Like, no one's ever going to like when you protest. You kneel in the NFL. It's not the time. It's not the place. So generally a protest is to make you uncomfortable, to draw conversation, to have, some type of dialogue about these things. And that's what they did. So they got to find a way, continue to grow the league, continue to allow the league to make money and become profitable. But I'm not mad at somebody trying to say, hey, if more money is coming in, our counterparts are getting more, why can't we? I think that let me speak for myself. I would advocate for myself as well.
So
I totally disagree.
So what he just said is completely stupid. Like moronic. Like, first of all, right? You know what I mean? If they're getting more, I should get more. You do get more, motherfucker. If the pie is bigger, everybody's slice is bigger. That's how that works. So they weren't getting that $2.2 billion before, and neither were you. But now that's what you're both getting in terms of media rights. So before you split whatever the deal was before, and now you're going to split the new deal. It's going to be the same thing, but your piece is going to grow because of what you did, and now people valued it more, so you're getting paid more from the advertisers, which is the deal that they're talking about. So that didn't make sense what he said. They are already going to get more. Just based on that. The cap grows because the deal is bigger.
He's saying that they want more.
They want a bigger percentage. But in terms of more money, they're all going to get more money. You're all going to get paid more. So that's really what they said they wanted. To get paid more.
No, they want more than 9%. They want 50%.
But they want to get as much as they can. I understand that. But at the same time, just being like, hey guys, we are negotiating this good deal. So let's say your average salary was $50K. Now it's $75K. Like, okay, that's good for everybody. You know what I mean? But do the owners get an extra $2 million each? Maybe, but they had to endure everything else, and you're just getting money, and they had to invest money.
That's just business 101. You feel me? If you're mad at that, be mad at Steve Jobs.
Dare the WNBA players. I dare you. Walk out. I dare you to walk out. Go ahead and walk out. I double dare you. Because despite Caitlin Clark, despite all this stuff, they still lost $40 million this past year. There was no bonanza. She's at her height. If you're losing money at her height, how in the world going forward? It ain't going up that automatically.
Facts, bro. So that's the thing. Like, Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon. And she is the reason. Whatever any reason any of those motherfuckers want to say, it is because of Caitlin Clark that anybody has any interest in the WNBA. There's a couple,
wow.
For the most part,
wow.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Look it up. It's sad to say, but if you look at attendance and things like that, her games are way above every other game. And if she's not playing, like, you got the tickets and then she's out, those tickets plummet in value, worth nothing. It's just the facts. Look that up, right? So I'm just saying. So you could say I'm wrong, but I don't know what that tells you. But that happens, and there might be some meaning behind it. You can extrapolate that if you'd like.
40 million? They down 40 million this year?
At their peak, too. This is their peak, and they still lost 40 million. How much more do you need to pay them? Then what are you losing? 80 mil? Because you paid all this out?
Yeah, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You just had the biggest bump and you still lost $40 million. I dare the union to walk out. I dare you players. Because it ain't going to be pretty. You can't collect money for 30 years. This ain't some new league that started and you understand it's going to take a little while to make money. They were subsidized by the NBA. I know firsthand. In Detroit, they didn't want the shock. The commissioner, they begged them, please. I know personally that when they were winning those championships, they couldn't sell tickets. They could not sell tickets. They had a full building because they were giving them away. And all I'm saying is, you got to crawl before you walk. And I understand wanting more. But are you accounting for the 30 years of red ink? that under normal circumstances you would not have had a league. These football leagues keep.
Damn.
So that's exactly it. You know what I mean? That's where it's the investors that paid off, and they endured years and years of losses, hoping that one day we would get to this point that they could make some money.
Bro, 30
and they're still
years,
not making that motherfucking money.
30
And now you're
years,
asking them
bro.
to pay more in their investment, and they're still not making any money from it.
30 years.
30 years of no money. So, you know,
Not only no money,
so you gotta-
losing money.
you got to beg the NBA owners to have a team, you know, because they're just subsidizing it. It's like, hey,
It's not even 30 years of no money. 30 years of losing money.
Negative money. That's why he says welfare queens, because they, you know, it's just like you're not providing anything, you know, until you get to that point. That's where it's like if you are to really differentiate yourself for the WNBA, at least you have the opportunity to get those endorsements. And a lot of women, like, I forget, there's these twins, like the Kavinder twins or something like that. I don't even know if they play in the WNBA. They were just hot chicks in college. And they just use that to catapult themselves forward. So if you're sexy, that's important. Be sexy. Or you got to be really good, like Caitlin Clark. But if you're sexy, you could always do something. You know what I mean? People know Sophie Cunningham. I guess she got traded to the same team that Caitlin Clark plays on, Indiana. And she's sexy. People, boom.
Oh, you
People
got her
find out
jersey?
about it. I don't got no girls' jerseys, but
You're not going to get a Caitlin
I'm
Clark
a jersey dude. I'm a jersey dude, but I would never wear a WNBA.
You want to get a Caitlin?
Nah.
It's fucked up, bro.
Nah, I never watched WNBA. But if I did,
But
I would,
Big C,
I
she's
bet on
one
her.
of the generation.
I bet on her. I don't watch the games.
All right, if she win you $500, can you get a jersey of her?
If she won me, I don't bet that much on WNBA.
No,
It's
but
just
let's say you
sprint,
put a
man.
$5 bet on her to get
Like
a
a parlay.
triple-double, 30-point triple-double. She hit that shit. Then can you buy her
I'll buy
get
it
her
for
jersey?
you then.
Nah, I want you to wear it, Rob.
Nah, I'm good, bro. I don't like. I love wearing jerseys, but only of like something that players that I really like. So I'm not really like I like Caitlin Clark. I would be a supporter, but overall, WNBA is not my thing. So I can't claim any territory there.
Exhibit C, sexist. But anyways, let us know in the comments what y'all think. Should the WNBA players get more money? Do they deserve more? Or are they tripping, as Rob is saying?
Or does business rules apply? It's not profitable. It's not feasible. Or do we just do a little pity party and give out the welfare? Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe if you made it this far. We appreciate y'all.
Yes, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. This is Matter of Fact, signing out. Peace.